안녕하세요 여러분, 제키입니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Yeah.
I'm going to teach you P1 to P10 from the start to finish.
10 pictures, right?
Yes, it's a 10 position. 10P. P stands for positioning. So I'm going to explain to you the faults and what is you supposed to do on each position in general. When you practice yourself, you can also try to find your faults and you can correct your swing with yourself.
지금 에어컨도 빵빵하고 제가 오늘 또 새로운 걸 배운다는 느낌에 가슴이 막 콩닥콩닥 합니다. 프레시한 마음을 즐겨주시면서 들어가 보도록. 땡모 프로님이 얼마나 우리 헬로재키 채널을 위해서 열심히 대본을 준비하냐면, Can I see your script today? Script?
The script.
와우.
Okay.
야, 이만큼을 준비를 했어요. P1, P2, P... Oh,
until
so
P10.
complicated.
I'm gonna block everything away. I am going to explain to you in
자, 여기 영업 비밀이 있으니까 여러분 이거 파헤쳐 드리도록 하겠습니다.
When you just started golf or you have been like a lot of experience about golf already, right? You still want to have those checkpoints from P1 to P10. P1 to P10, P stands for position. P1, that means from the start until finish on the P10s. I will show you the faults as well and what is good to do in general. If you are stuck at home, like for now, like COVID, you have your checkpoints, you can do a slow swing practice at home.
와, 여러분 오늘 이거 되게 도움 많이 될 것 같아요. 구독 감사합니다.
감사합니다. So number one, P1, position number one. I will give you a few key points that you want to concentrate on. First of all, your arms here. A lot of people tend to tense up from the grips already from the start. When you're squeezing so hard on your grips here, everything tense up already. That's why you feel like really stiff, right? So you first of all, you want to be a little bit like hanging down. How wide is your feet should be? Do you have your answer?
Shoulder length maybe similar,
Okay.
or a little bit wider, right?
It's not wrong. What I like is for you to have your own balance. How to find your balance? Touch down on the ground, you will find your own balance. Boop, jump, boom, boom. So when you land, your body, we're like a cat. We're going to adjust ourselves to find our own balance.
Okay, okay.
So this is should be your width of your stand. Driver, everything can be a bit wider. Okay?
자, 일단 스탠스를 밸런스 잡기 위해서 점프해서 딱. 예.
A lot of people, they're trying to stand more weight onto the front here. Some of them too much to the back. The best right here. This part. So I would make sure that my pressure is more towards the front here. And then I'm also going to push my pelvis back to get the balance here. From the side, you can see that my arms is just hanging down really naturally, right? Right here. You
Yes.
just grip it.
Yes.
So you don't want to have this or don't want to have this as well. I don't want a lot of people arching the back like this.
Yeah, this one last clip.
Yes.
I know
a lot of people arching.
This one good.
Yes.
Right?
So you want to be just relaxed and just feel like straight and just bounce down and sit up. So here's your P1. Another checkpoint as well. I like my feet, my left foot or the lead foot for general, to slightly open. When you are gripping the golf club, your left hand is on top. The right hand is at the bottom. And what's going to affect? It's going to affect your shoulder level because the left hand is higher and you have to reach out down with your right hand. Of course, your left shoulder and the right shoulder will tilt down automatically. So let it be natural. A lot of people do the mistakes by trying to adjust and level this way. Because your right hand is already lower, so your right shoulder has to be tipped down. Yes, correct. And once you do that, you can see the hand slightly press forward automatically as well. Let it be just like that. Try not to come back this way. There's no need. Okay, at the setup, we want to be really relaxed and natural as much as possible. Okay, so this is your P1.
자, 여러분 이게 이제 셋업 상태를 마친 P1 상태입니다. P1.
So P2 is when you are take away the club, right? Position of P2 is when your club is parallel to the ground.
2번입니다. P2. Take back, take away.
Yes. So what you want to focus on your P2 is now we're starting to build up the swing. So we want to have a really good start. Okay? I always tell my students, if you are starting with your hands, you always come back with your hands. But if you are starting with the good muscles, which correct muscle, you're going to have generate a better swing. Your shoulders and your hand is already connected, right? It's 3 triangle. I want you to slowly move these two together, and your club head will travel straight out, okay, without hands moving. Okay, so the hand is not the one who take away the club. It's the whole triangle this way, going together. My hand barely move. It doesn't twist it anything at all. It just push. So pretty much I use my shoulder and my arms and my chest, and also I feel my navel. I like to focus on the navel as well. It's the middle of our body. It's the center of the mass. So if you move your belly button, you also the chest also going to move together. Your focus point for the P2 is to move out together. The checkpoint for the clubs. The club head will travel straight out one straight line, and the club face position never rotate open like this. No. Okay, always stay close.
Close?
Yes. So you feel like it's shut.
Okay.
But actually you are not twisting it down by itself. It just natural club face position without your hands moving.
So P2, you never use your wrist?
No,
I mean,
not yet.
not hands?
No, not yet. So at this point, your weight also slowly shifted to your right foot as well, because now we're starting to swing our arms towards the right side. So there will be weight shifted to the right side right here. Okay, then we get ready for number 3. P3, position number 3. As you can see, the left arm or the lead arms is already parallel to the ground. Okay, and the wrist is already at the fully cock or fully hinge. And the focus point and the main point that we want to have the checkpoint is when your arm is parallel to the ground. And I'm not gonna ask you to push it straight. Okay, this one also a lot of people try to push it up straight.
Yeah,
everything,
I do too.
Yeah, everything was tense up. But if you use your left arm to push it up straight right here, you're going to have a lot of tension in your wrist. That is make your hand cupping this way. So here at the P3, if you have your hand set nice and properly, you're going to have a really nice setup on the top swing as well. So this is my trick as well. After come up to P2, okay, the club now is outside. This line is called outside. My club will slowly travel back. And as you can see, my right hand from here slightly open up this way. So this is a key point for me to try and keep my left arm straight or far from my body as much as possible. Not by pushing up my left arm, my left hands. Because if you push with your left hand, you're going to use your palm right here on your left to push it out. That is how you create the cupping position.
여러분, 이거는 정말 찔립니다, 진짜. It's like my story.
Yeah. So this is the fault that people usually make, right?
Because I learned left arm has to be very straight.
Yes. It's kind of old way of teaching.
Classic.
I mean, it's a classic. Yes, that's a good word. Boom. If you set it up properly, you can see that the palm is facing this way. So pretty much it's my right hand that's supporting and push it out to make my left arm straight. Not by pushing my left arm out there. Another checkpoint is the shaft angle lean. A lot of people, they're trying to set up the shaft vertically like this. Right? The shaft should be leaning about 45 degrees to the back side. That means your thumbs as well going to point to the back side. Okay? And if you see from down the line, the hands will be right in the middle of the chest. That means you have to rotate your shoulders as well. Oh, here, and I just push out my arms here. This is the position that
이렇게 많이 온다고?
Okay? So the hands will be right in the middle of the chest. Right here. P2, P3 slightly. Right
But
here.
when do we have to cock Which area?
P2 going to P3. That is where your hand's supposed to cock or hinge up already.
아, 여기서 ending position?
Yes, ending
Right
position
hand?
of P3. So your hands already fully cocked this way at this position. Then from here, there's nothing else you have to do with your hands anymore. Just trying to maintain this position. Don't add it up more up here. A lot of people mistakes as well, which we're going to go for P4.
야,
Okay,
다
after you
내
fully
얘기네.
cock on the P3 to P4, it's just an extra push and rotate on the shoulder. Boom. This is P4 top swing. A lot of people trying to get the club parallel to the ground right here to get the full swing they want.
You mean overswing?
Yeah, overswing, or they're trying to get the club parallel to the ground.
Yeah, but this is right?
It's not necessary actually. Let's say you are not that flexible. When your club is overswing this way, that means you're adding a lot of wrist movements right here.
요거.
Yeah.
This one supposed to finish in P3, right?
Already.
And maintain.
Maintain, and then from here just feel is everything is connected, right? Just extra push up. P2, P3, then from here an extra push, P4. Now my weight is on my right foot, about like 70%. Okay, whoop. And also you watch here the right hips.
This one rotate which photo?
From P3 to P4, it should be more
Ah,
rotated.
okay.
The lower body movements. Now.
Lower body.
Another one that I want to watch out on the P4 is your left knee. A lot of people, they are doing this. This is where you sway. That is where you lost your balance as well. The left knee is like pushing down.
Why
this way.
this picture come out?
This one, a lot of people, they was trying to get to the right side. Boop. Okay, so we don't want to see this knee pushing in here at all. Okay, we still want to maintain our weight, our balance onto the middle of the ball of the feet here, right? So our left knee, if it doesn't happen naturally for you, I want you to imagine that's another spot right here next to your feet here, and I want you to push your left knee down towards that spot, not inward, towards down here. Down. It's not just folding in.
Okay.
Right here. P1, P2, P3, P4. The club face and the body angle and the shoulder, it should be a matching angle. It doesn't have to be this way. It's kind of like facing out a little bit, but it's not totally open as well. Because when you totally open here, you're going to have this hand position, which is not wrong, but we just talk about in general swing, right? We just want to maintain it flat here. Slightly like that.
Not
it's
this.
going to match with your spine angle and the shoulder level. A lot of people that I see the mistakes they do after they have the hand fully cocked right here is they are trying to push to the full swing, right? And they use it wrong. They stop the shoulder turning and they just fold up the hands up. You have your setup right here properly. Alright. The next step is P5. P5 is the transition from top swing into down swing here. Top swing, you are bringing your hands and the arm, come back to parallel to the ground again in this position. This is one of the good points that you want to get it correct to have a really effective ball flies or the shot as you want. The left knee slightly pushed forward already. With this one, we're going to get into the ground reaction force thing. My hips also, my weight also sliding forward just a little bit. Okay, just to make sure that I'm shifting my weight to the left side, to the forward side. Right here. And then from here, what I used to concentrate a lot most of the time also is my shoulder, my left shoulder. After top swing, after I shift my weight, I always feel like I'm using my left shoulder pull down my arm.
Oh, this one I have a new experience.
Okay.
Last clip.
Yes, because a lot of people, they are doing this.
Oh yeah.
Focus point from P4 to P5 after you get the top swing. From here, I want you to feel like you shifted your weight forward. Kind of push this part, and this part forward this way. Top swing, want to feel pushing a little bit here. sit to the left, open the left knee, and the shoulder, trying to bring the arms down until the arm is get down to the parallel line.
Did you push down your hands?
Try not to use your hand to stamp down. Related to our draw and fade to swing, if you use your hand to stamp down, you're going to shake the shaft plate. But I want you to use more of a bigger muscle group, which is the shoulder. Okay. Boop. Forward here. Okay, this is your position number 5. Try not to push it out. Trying to keep it in here.
Not outside.
Yes. So these two elbows actually is going to stay connected the whole swing. Open up.
이렇게 연습해도 좋겠다.
Because you have to keep these two elbows connected at the same time, like at all time actually. You don't want to be separated and create like a really big movements up here. Come down. What normally people do mistakes on the P5, after top swing right here, they tend to cast the hands down. They're just going to use your hand strength here and tossing it down, everything. My body reflected up right away. So I'm losing my spine angle from there. Because I have to boop, kind of avoid to hitting the ground this way. Right? Boom. Or trying to turn the left shoulder too fast out here.
Heel and toe.
Yeah, so the heel and toe.
Yeah.
So what you want to focus is just to make sure you maintain your spine angle and just shift the weight down. And just use about this group of muscle to pulling everything down forward here. Maintain the level of it, using it to pull it down. The arm will just drop and it's going to create a tremendous lag a lot. Let's say you use your hand, you would not have this lag at all. If you use just the shoulder, you're going to lag the club behind a lot more, create a lot more power.
I have one question.
Sure.
Your right elbow is almost touch your...
It's approaching, closing in your rib cage already. This is the spot as well. If you keep your elbow inside or together, it will travel in front of your body.
이게 앞으로.
So it's not here.
This is me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people when you are having too much loop. Right? Before also I have this big problem as well. I'm still trying to get rid of it. If I have my phone in my back pocket, I would hit my phone. Pretty much it's like my hand is like touching my buttock here. Okay, so we want to keep it in.
This posture.
Yeah, this is a better posture. Say if you open up the elbow from the top, coming back down, you're going to touch the pelvis of the back already. Okay? You want to keep the elbow in. Open your left knee, shift your weight, pull it with your shoulder. The elbow, everything, and the arm will feel like it's more forward in front of you already. So this is the affection of this rotation as well. This one will keep everything in front of you. If it's this position, you're going to tuck it back. Move on to the next one, from P5 to P6 right here. For me, it's quite important parts because it's where I shake my club face position and design the kind of shots that I want to play. If I want to play my cut shots, my club face position will be different. If I want to play a draw position, my club face will be a little bit different as well from that. This is P5. Okay, P6 is when the club come back to parallel to the ground, right here.
This is a P2 also, right?
Yeah, almost like a P2 position. But what's different in the P2, Jackie?
This one.
Yeah, the hands.
This one you said P2 don't do this, right?
Yes, and also, do you see something from the lower body? The hip rotation. Because after the P5, we transfer the weight from here already. This is where we are starting to rotate even more. Okay? Also, my elbow is still in front. Right?
와, 완전히 붙었네. You stick on the...
Kind of like, I want to feel more of here.
이거 완전히 들어오네, 안으로.
Okay. And from here, the hands, as you can see, it doesn't change the position from the P3 at all. Okay, P3 here, P4 is here, P5 is here, P6 is still maintained in the same angle.
Didn't use at all?
No, try not to use it at all. I sometimes even try to lag even more, but doesn't have to do it. For me, the important part is the club face position right here. because I'm a draw person, so I like my club head to stay behind my hand. Okay, and also the club face angled right here. It's going to be slightly open up. But if I want to hit a fade shot, I would steepen it down and the club face will be close. But normally to the general part, this club face position should match with your spine angle. So it should match with your spine angle. Don't forget, the weight should be transferred to your left side already. And
P6, how many % you have on the left side?
On the left side, I would say like 60-70 at least already, and then rotate it on it. It depends on what kind of ball flights I want to play as well. If I want to send the ball higher, I would kind of stay and stall my body back a little bit more. Depends.
If I start weight shift in the P6, is late, right?
It's too late.
Too late.
When you are starting, let's say right here, coming down here, it's already too late.
이거 제가 이렇게 하는 것 같아요. 진짜.
You're losing a lot of speed from that. And as you can see, the hands is right in front of the right thigh. This is the position that you want to see.
자, P6의 오른쪽 허벅지에 손의 위치가 오는 게 맞는 거랍니다.
A lot of people that tend to lift up this foot already. There's nothing wrong. It depends on how hard you want to swing as well. What people do mostly when they're doing wrong things right here, the false they always do, is from the P5 they tend to cast again. Looks similar. Do you feel like you've seen this before?
I think P1 to P6, this all my story.
It's almost like I'm trying to fix your swing all over again here. P4 to P5, you're still doing quite great. But then on the P6 to P7 here, you tend to cast a lot of here. That means that the tension's on your hands a lot. If you have a lot of pressure onto this one, you're going to cast it this way. Also, you're going to use this way. Go back to our last video on the draw and fade, where I asked you to squeezing these two fingers from here, right? When I asked you to squeeze, it's just a slight pressure on it, just to get the kickstart. But doesn't mean that you have to hold this until you hit the ball. P6 right here. Okay, so your checkpoint you want to check is your club face. That you don't want it to be out front here as well. When you're out front here, you can see my right hand. It losing the flexion. Right? Right here, I'm still having my flexion. If my club face is outside, I lose my flexions already. That means I'm ready to use my hand.
Wow, how can you maintain from beginning to end?
Normally what I practice is like one hand. Boop, come back. Boop, try to make it this way. Hold it this way and
still
hold on to it. Yes. So when you practice, you want to overdo everything. You want to like really overdoing it. Because when you're out in the course, your body is kind of come back to where you were. So we kind of like match it up with that in the middle. It's hours of practicing just this much by one hand to kind of create this angle. P6 to P7, which impact?
Oh, 드디어 임팩트입니다, 여러분.
Impact already, right?
Yes.
Boom. Then from here, you think your hips is already rotate, right? At the P7, it can even rotate more.
You feel very tight now rotating?
Yes.
Very tight?
Yeah, very tight. Because your body, the upper body is still staying this line, but the hip is already rotating this way. So you create a lot of coil. Yeah, you tighten up the coil a lot here. So pretty much the checkpoint is I want you to feel that your hips here is already fully rotated. Okay, and this is where I want to put my left foot forward just to support this rotation and just to have a lot stronger and more stable onto the rotation. Oh, it's a lot easier to open the club, and my balance on the left foot is a lot much better, more stable. If I stand this way, when I move my left here, most of the time I'm like tilting this way, so you could fall forward and could have an injury. From P6 to P7, it slightly release already. this flexion, the right hand flexion, right? But a lot of people, they're trying to stop the hands from traveling back and forth, right? And just releasing. So the key point from P6 to P7, you want to make sure these two hands never stop and stall. So you want to feel like this hand is still flowing while they are releasing. The momentum of the club heads right here, everything is going to send it out and make the hand release. But if you are stopping and stalling the body, it's going to have this position, which we don't want at all. We want to avoid it so much. I think the reason why when they tend to release and stop the movements of the hands is because of the ball is right there. It's your intention in your head, like, oh, that's the ball right there. This is where I want to hit. So you want to, boom, give everything you got, which you're using a little bit of wrong muscles.
자, 여러분 오늘 찔리는 사람들 많으실 겁니다 아마.
So in your head, you might want to feel like you did not want to hit to that spot, but you want to swing through that spot instead of hitting at it.
P7, I have one question. In
Sure.
my case,
Yes.
you fixed me the left shoulder is going up, right?
For year one, the shoulder was tilting from P4 to P5. You are tilting this way. You are kind of stalling the shoulder up this way. That's why it went up that way. But if you just move it just to rotate parallel, the shoulder level would not be that high. It's not like intentionally pulling up as well. It should happen naturally. Boom. I have a lot of front bend and also the side bend. When you have the front bend and the side bend, the left shoulder will slightly go up by itself while it's rotating as well. A lot of people, if you can see from the video of that swing, they don't really look at the ball. Their eye line will be slightly forward off the ball, just to feel the flow and the focus point from there. The release of the power that is not just right at the ball. So you don't stop the body, you don't stop your hand, nothing is stalling, everything is just flow motion. P6 from here, your eye line is like more forward already.
Oh, you are not watching the ball?
The more they watch the ball, the more body got tense up, because that is where they want to hit, right? Everything correctly from here, there's no worry, you're going to hit the ball. Let the club do the works from there.
Little bit here, right?
Yes. When the face, so face kind of facing that side, it's a lot easier for you to rotate your shoulder. But let's say if you are trying to hit the, trying to keep the head staying to the back, you are stopping the shoulder from rotating. That is somehow, also sometimes people goes up this way because they're trying to stay the head far too much behind. Yeah.
야, 이거 전에 위프로님이 알려줬던 아이라인이랑 똑같은 얘기 하고 있습니다. 와.
Sometimes I even practice this way after come back here, after my P6, I turn look. Just to create a lot more room for my shoulder to be able to rotate. Yeah, it's a lot more flow, easier. If your eye line is forward, you're going to have a lot easier on your follow through as well, because you're not blocking your body already, right? Your eye line, your head's already slightly tilted towards the front to the target. Then from here you'll follow through. You would have a lot better vision to send out everything straight towards the target. At this position, my hip is already almost finished rotating. It's already like fully turned right here. My left knee is kind of like getting to straighten up already. And two arms, this is where you're releasing your power. Boom! You can see the two arms became straight again. Okay, this is where you are releasing all the powers. The straight point is from P7 to P8, and so the P8 is the club is parallel to the ground again on this side. Whatever you do here is going to affect this point. So this could be your checkpoint as well. A lot of people on the P8, they're looking like this or like this. It's the outcome of what you're doing from P6 to P7. It's going to affect your P8. A lot of people trying to fix the chicken wing. Ding! I'm pretty sure all of you have this problem before when you started. That is when you are stalling your hands. When you're casting with your hands, when you're casting with your hand, the club travel faster than your hands. So this one have to reflect up. You release it right here instead of releasing forward to that side. I want to release my club head toward that line.
Because now I surprise your arm position only here, but your body is already
there.
There, right?
So it's like you are rotating way earlier than your arms. Boom! Send it up there. And from here, your right foot slowly kind of kicked up already. Right? A lot of people keep it up this way. Nothing wrong with this at all. Position number 8 also, a lot of people try to hold this hand. Trying to like kind of hold this hand. That is reflect this as well. The toe always travel faster than the heels. Remember this.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So let it be. Let it rotate already. Right hands now starting to come on top of the left side from here. Stretch first. P9 is where the arms parallel to the ground, and normally it's the right arms that is straightened up.
P9.
P9.
Finally straight.
Yes. Can you see my left arm? The elbow is still keeping in here.
어, 안에 있네 아직.
Yeah.
Not the.
Not here. Because if you're having this nice P8, not chicken wing up, you're going to have a really flat swing on the P9. Like I said before, this two elbow, you still want to squeeze it in together.
This one is I think this one requires a little bit of flexibility, right?
As well. Slowly you can, everybody can do it. Boom. After set up here, as you can see, my chest is facing towards the target already.
Oh, same as like a mirror, right?
Yes, like a mirror, that's correct.
Oh.
Good points. Yeah. After you got your P9, boom, then from here just rotate more. This one also depends on your flexibilities. When you have really good flexibility, your shoulder, your right shoulder may point towards the target.
This one target.
Yeah, if you have really good flexibility, but don't have to. So a lot of people also like Lexi Thompson. After she hits, she's like only finish this way. So it depends on your flexibility and your physical. Boom, boom. Then from here, you can see the elbow is still keeping in together.
얘랑 항상 같이 다니네요, 둘이.
It may a little bit like relax from here after that, but I want you to have like maybe 1 second of it to pause first. Then from here, from there you can relax.
왼쪽 귀랑 높이를 맞추면은 좋대요.
And your hands, left hand will be flexion instead of the right side.
아, 이제 이쪽에서는 왼쪽이 꺾였고요.
But then a lot of people, when they are finishing the swing, they're trying to arch the back this way. Not recommend for me at all. When you're arching your back here, you're trying to maintain the head position. But when you're arching your back, you put a lot of pressure onto your lower body, the lower back. That means this could lead into injuries in the future.
P6, 7, 8 이 구간에서는 아이라인을 공을 약간 볼보다 한 몇 인치 앞에다가 두고 쳐야 왼쪽도 다 빨리 올리고 타이밍을 다 맞출 수가 있다고 합니다, 여러분. 오케이.
So your finish, I want you to feel really relaxed as much as possible. Because after you finish, you want to just have like a few seconds of the look to the ball, right? Where it go. But what if you are really losing your balance? You have to come back to check already. Where did you starting to lose your balance on your finish? If you are finishing, and you're losing the balance forward this way, that means your right side is too fast. And your momentum and your balance is kind of fall forward too much. That is how you lose your balance here. If you fall back, that means you are reverse pivot this way. Okay, so you have the roughly checkpoints from there. That's why finish swing also quite important. It reflects of what you've been doing this part. If you have a really nice and good balance swing, boom, on your finish, your pressure will be by the heels.
Oh, left foot heel.
To the left foot heels, yeah. The right foot for the onto the toe. It's just a rotation from here. Okay. A lot of people they add that kick, but after that they rotate as well.
왼쪽은 네 피니시 동작에서 뒤꿈치 쪽으로 가는 게 좋고요. 오른쪽은 이 엄지발가락 쪽에 힘이 들어가는 게 맞다고 합니다. 셋업부터 피니시까지 10가지의 스틸 동작을 좀 알아봤습니다.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this, the checkpoint P1-P10 that I gave you today. I know you're enjoying it. You learned a lot today, right?
I learned a lot. And you're making YouTube channel too, right?
I'm gonna start to kind of like have my own YouTube channel as well. Collaborate with you.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
자, 땡모 프로님이 유튜브 채널도 저랑 하나 또 같이 기획을 하고 있으니까요. 구독 이거 많이 눌러주시기 바랍니다.
Practice a lot. Golf is about practice. Because golf is like a repeated sport. The more you can repeat it, the more you become good.
오케이, 여러분 오늘도 감사합니다. 꼬끈캅.
고맙습니다.
바이바이.